Insanity. Still continuing on with our third roll. It is the backward roll. And it's important to know these combinations because the Granby roll is kind of a combination of a forward and a backward roll, depending on how you do it. Now, like I said before, I have a couple of different Granbys that I learned. And one looks like it's almost kind of like you're rolling your shoulder to shoulder. That I did the technique I did the first one. But this next one I want to show you is the backward roll. Now I say I use this one probably the second most. The first one I probably do is that regard, shoulder regard. The backward roll, a couple important features here. We can do this a couple different ways. From seated or from guard is probably the easiest. You start in this kind of position. Just kind of your knees bent, feet kind of pulled up to your butt, and then what you're going to do is a backward roll is typically good too for break falls. If someone were to throw you, at a times as they throw you, you can break fall in here by putting your hands out and you're keeping your head up off the ground. That's another technique that I'll need to go over is a break fall, right? And so we're not landing with our head on the mat. We want to keep our chin to our chest. So as we fall backwards, I'm keeping my head up off the mat, right? Now when we get into the backward roll, I want to choose a side with my head and my legs. So I'm going to choose my right side and then I'll choose my left side to show you what I do. So as I'm sitting in here, I fall backwards, my hands come out to a T position, right? I'm going to look over my right shoulder, and that's the way I'm going to roll, meaning I'm going to bring my feet up and I'm going to put it in this area. I wish I could draw some graphics on here, but it'd be right in this area, right? So as I come down, you're going to have a little momentum. And I'm rolling up onto my shoulder, right? So I'm rolling from my butt, my seat on both sit bones here, and the sit bones as you fall back. I'm staying curled. I'm keeping a little bit of a crunch, right? I'm not like this because now it's going to be difficult to bring my legs up. Right? So I'm in here. My hands come out to the side, and I shoot right over to that opening. Right? So we'll do it again. We're sitting in here, fall back, crunch, and you can keep your hands out to the side, out of the way. If they're in here, they get kind of bunched up on your chest, and it makes it difficult to roll. If you put them out to the side, or you can even just kind of put them, you can just put them right here, and use them to help you push over, all right? Meaning, if I'm doing it from a dead stop, I put my hands out here, I can't really push too much, but if I put them in here, and I have some strong abs, my one ab is not going to be very helpful, so I need a little momentum, right? So from here, I'm going to bring my feet up. I'm still going to look in the direction I want to go. I want my feet to go. I'm not going to look here and then bring my feet over here, because now I'm in a twisted, and it's a really compromised position, much weaker. I'm putting too much torque. By doing it this way, I'm keeping everything in line when I come over. Shoot it over, and see I'm using my hands right here to push over. I come down, push, and I can kind of come right up into this kind of combat base that I want. And that's where I use this backward roll a lot. What happens is someone comes in, we call them double unders. They're going to take their hands and they're going to raise my feet up over my head. Right? Now, they're going to try to stack me over my neck, which is really uncomfortable. Like this. Right? Now, if you're in yoga, you can get in that position fairly easily. I don't want to be here. I'm supporting myself, my lower back. Okay. What I'm going to do is if they underhook my legs, I'm going to position my head so when they pick me up, and start to stack me to make me feel uncomfortable. Stack, I look over my head, and now I'm refacing them. And a lot of times I can grab an arm, and I can do this sit through that we did. The sit through from me here, come back in, and get their guard again. An open guard or seated guard right here. All right, so the backward roll. And here, you're in this kind of position. Your hands can come on a 45 like this, or they can go straight out. No, from in here to break fall, keeping your head off the mat. Pick a side. We'll pick my left side this time. My left side. My feet go in that left, over my left shoulder. Here, break. Alright, so let's do another direction. I'll do my right shoulder. And back in here. We'll do it this way. I'll go my left since it's easy to see here. I look over my left shoulder. Come in here. Here, this direction. Alright, so you can see I'm rolling in a straight line. Some errors you will see are people will get in here and they won't look over their shoulder. And they'll get up in here and they'll fall here. Right? Because their chest is running into their chin and their body doesn't want to roll over their neck. Right? We do have a backward roll that gets a little more athletic. That you can roll backwards. This is more advanced. If you can do this one, and maybe you want to add this one. From in here, as you roll back, you push up. Right? You can push with both hands if you get a little momentum. We used to do this, so you roll from here and then push. I'm using my shoulder and hand, to get. But if you can get both hands underneath, push up into a kind of a handstand, you can do that. But some of the errors from rolling backwards are rolling over the chin, getting in here. You get all bunched up and sucks the air out of you. Another one is you look the right direction, but your feet go this way. Right? And then another one is you look over your shoulder, but you don't get enough kick. You don't get your legs on the other side of your arm. You have to go from this side and put your feet down on this side. Right? So if you're in here, you kick up, you got to touch down on the other side of the arm. Roll up. Like I said, where that's important, see if I can do it with the dummy, is if he has double unders, meaning my legs are above his arms. Right? He has this. And then what he's going to do is, it's hard because he's not very helpful, is he's going to like lift me up and get my butt up in the air, up into here. Right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pick a side to look. His hands are going to be like this. And if I can get my feet up, somewhere up in here, on his shoulders or probably his grip up, as he's lifting me, I'm looking over his side, and then you're going to bridge. This is where you're going to need to bridge off of him. Get your hands in this position, pick up, boom, and go. Right? And then as he comes back in, I grab an arm in here, get it into a triangle. Just like that, really easy. All right, so that is your backward roll.